Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I am bringing you my May TBR, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. So this was originally like a radio series. Oh, I had already attempted to read this at one point. I didn't get very far. I'm on chapter 1. But okay, so The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was originally a radio series, and this is one that is kind of like something you have to read, you know, like it's talked about, it's pop culture, and I feel like now is my time to read it. I love this edition. It is so cute. It is tiny, and it did cost 80p. Wow. It cost 80p back whenever this was published in 1979. Wow. So now it cost me £1.50, but anyway, yeah, I really am looking forward to getting to this book. It is super short, so it should be fine. I do have an audiobook as well, so that should help me with pronunciations, because looking at the back of this book, I will probably struggle if I was just reading this by myself. So yeah, I'm intrigued. Let me know if you've read this book, what you thought of it. It would be really cool to hear your thoughts on this book and anything else that I'm sharing today. Next is the only horror book on this list, and that is Brainworms by Alison Rumfitt. So I read Tell Me I'm Worthless by this author a couple of years ago actually, and since I really enjoyed that one, I saw this and thought, yes, I have to add it to my shelf to read, and of course I haven't picked it up yet. So I am very intrigued to read it this month. It seems like it's going to be a lot of body horror in here. Look at the worms. It's kind of intriguing, but I'm also worried because my opinions on extreme horror is slightly changing. You would have probably seen me talking about that in other videos, but yes, I am intrigued, excited, and kind of nervous to read this one, but that is on the list of possibilities too. The next one I have is To Cage a God by Elizabeth May. I pre-ordered this copy. I love this bright edge. It is so cute. It is a romantasy book, and I did get into romantasy with the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber, and I wanted to try out some more. So I seen How to Cage a God, people talking about it, loving it, so I thought, why not add it to my list. I did really enjoy God Killer by Hannah Kaner, who has said it's a tour de force of romantasy, so kind of intriguing. To cage a god is defined, to be defined is to rule is to destroy. It seems interesting, high fantasy hopefully, and I'm intrigued to read it. I am craving something like this, so definitely needed to be put on to my May TBR. Then we have the thrillers section, and the first one is Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubica. I picked this up from the library because I was really craving some new thrillers, and I've picked up authors that I want to read from that I've not read from before. So yeah, this was one that I seen, don't know much about it, love to go into thrillers blind, so this is the first thriller. Next up is one from Reese's Book Club, and that is Society of Lies by Lauren Ling Brown. Obviously I've seen this on the Reese's Book Club and other booktube people talking about this book, so I thought, why not put it on this list and read it for myself. So that is another book that I am very intrigued to get into. I'm really loving thrillers at the moment. I've been giving thrillers more 5 stars than horror books at this point, so this is why I've been picking up thrillers from the library more often. So next one is Isolation Island by Louise Minchin. This one is set on a Scottish island, and you don't need to tell me anymore. Yes, I'm going to read it. I'm going to love it because I adore Scottish books. I mean, I do live in Scotland, but there's just something about it. Scotland's so magical and creepy, so a thriller set in Scotland, yes please. The last thriller I have to tell you about is The Guest by B.A. Paris. So I have never read a B.A. Paris book before. I know that Francesca at Francesca's Books really loves B.A. Paris, and I'm really excited to read my first one and hopefully read some more as well, because I do love thrillers. I know I keep saying it, but yeah, I'm very intrigued to read some more like popular thriller books, I guess. So yeah, The Guest was the first one on that list. It was a random one I picked up. There was like 3 or 4 B.A. Paris books and I just went, yeah, that one looks the best. So I picked this one. And the last book I have on this list is Shadowmancer by G.P. Taylor. This says, from darkness comes an ancient evil. So it's like a darker fantasy story. I picked this up in a charity shop mainly because it was in like pristine condition, and I was very intrigued because it does say it is packed full of history and folklore. And so yeah, I mean, dark fantasy is where it's at, and I'm excited to get into this one too. So that is my May possibilities. Let me know in the comments what book you have read, which one was the best. What are you reading in May as well? I would love to have that conversation with you. Remember to subscribe, and I will check back in with you in another video. But until then, keep your pages turning and embrace the darkness. Bye!